Mutomboshandisa izvo zvakaita sana WhatsApp, Facebook.
Hai.
Unoshandisa foni yakaita sei?
Ainoshandisa mbudzi.
Mbudzi. Mune vana here?
Ini ndine vana vakawanda.
Havana ma-smartphone akadai?
Vanawo.
Vanoshandisei?
Ndingazivi zvandingaziva nezvavana vachikora. Handii vana kuzvikoro. Nyangu handisi kuchikoro.
But we tend to misuse it, especially in our generation. We like streaming porn too much. Our generation, having our Mia Khalifas and the Johnny Sins. Mostly they inspire. That is when most people learn their positions and stuff. People claim they are educational, but they are not. They actually damage our mental systems. Researchers say so.
Ngavaite social media inodzidzisa era mangwana nyange kuti nhasi ndikavata ndisawo uchidza baba ndivo vairoya indi asingaroyi. Ndinokurudzira kuti vana makura muchinyengetera muchiziva Mwari. Ndio chinhu ndokukurudzira kuti vamwe vezvi kunamadza vakuziva unovachifunga kwai Mwari wakabombona noti handina kumubona asi ndakaona zvandakadini ndakaramandisa kuti Mwari unorarama.
The advent of the internet was a crucial component in the emergence of social media, with the invention of ARPANET in the 1960s and 80s, which laid the foundation for modern internet, with the World Wide Web coming through around 1991, making it easier for people to access and share information using web browsers and hyperlinks, and eventually around 2000, the internet became widely available to the public with dial-up connections and later broadband. The internet's infrastructure and technologies enabled the advent of yet another innovation, social media. Social media refers to websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking. It includes platforms like Facebook, Instagram, X, formerly Twitter, YouTube, WhatsApp, TikTok, Snapchat, among others. These platforms allow people to share information, ideas, personal messages, and other content such as videos and photos, and they've revolutionized online communication and interaction. The advent of social media has transformed the way we communicate, interact, and share information. The internet's growth and widespread adoption created an environment for social media to flourish. Social media platforms leverage the internet's infrastructure, protocols, and technologies to build interactive, user-centric services that transformed the way people connect, share, and interact online. The rise of social media has been a remarkable journey, transforming the way we communicate, interact, and share information. While there are challenges to be addressed, social media has become the cornerstone of modern communication, enabling users to connect with friends and family, follow news, share content, just to mention a few.
Social media is just the modern way of communication. It can be by cell phone. I use only two platforms, the Google and the WhatsApp.
So my understanding of social media is that it is a platform whereby people interact, share information, make friends.
Social media yakagadzirwa kurudziro iri yekuti vanhu vakwanise kucommunicata zviri reliable. Zvasiyana nakudhara kuti munhu pamwe kuti aita zvekunyora tsamba kana kuita mafoni, but kozvino social media unonyatso kuzviitira zvinhu zvako nefoni yako. You can talk nemunhu ari kana ku-UK kana kupi. Pane Facebook, koita Twitter, koita vana Badru, koita vana mamwe chanyanya but yawo ndo andro
ini zvangu mama ndinoshanda yataura na WhatsApp iri cheap communicator, very fast, even very business.
Social media is just a new way of communicating with people, interacting with people from all over the world. So platforms that no one is shanding at the moment. It's Instagram, it's TikTok, it's Facebook.
Instagram, Twitter.
My understanding of social media is that social media is a series of websites and applications that users can be able to share content and communicate with each other. Most of the social media platforms that I use are X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and WhatsApp.
I think it's a platform which all the daily news, every update and every update about our country.
Me as a young child of school, I only use WhatsApp because it will help me in studying and talking with my parents. Only that.
In as much as people across the world have utilized social media as a communication tool or as a platform where they can interact, there are generational differences in social media usage and consumption, which reveals the significant differences in how various age groups engage with platforms, consume content, and experience the effects of social media. People who were born in the 1970s and older are generally less engaged with social media and often use platforms like WhatsApp mainly to stay connected with family, consume news, and keep up with community updates. Others blamed their non-participation on social media to the toxicity of the platforms, which has significantly led to the dilution and gradual downfall of our native culture. People who were born in the 1980s and 90s are active on various platforms, navigating between traditional media, that is newspapers, radio, and television, while also utilizing social media. They balance between entertainment, personal interactions, and professional purposes, often seeking practical information. Some members of the older generation believe social media overlooks their interests. However, a random survey conducted by our media crew proved that most members of the older generation are living in a world of misconceptions and are still to understand the nature and use of social media.
It's
a bit positive than the primitive way, because in the long times we used to use a telephone or letters which would take time. Some would get lost on the way, and telephones either in the reserves, there would be no communication at all. So the social media has brought a quick response to all the things. And everybody knows there will be no doubt that the communication will not reach the recipient.
Zvasiyana nakudhara kuti munhu pamwe taita zvekunyora tsamba kana kuita mafoni.
Just imagine nyora tsamba ita 3 days kana kuti week kana month wozopindurwa after 6 months pamwe gweguru todi todarika.
I'm very active when time permits, especially for communication. That is when there are emergencies in the family or when there are gatherings in the family. You've got to use by spreading group-related topics.
Social media change my side for which advertise my products kind of my evil.
Yeah, any social media almost every day.
ndinofunga mafoni fona hangu kufonera vanhu kana funga zvokufonera vanhu WhatsApp ndomboendawo zvangu apo neapo. WhatsApp iri cheap communicator, uri fast even uri business zvaitengesa. You can post status taura kuti ndine zvakati guys batsireiwo ndetenge zvakati ndikutengesa mabhanana nasana hangu asi mabhanana ndopandonyanya social media. Inini hangu ndonyanya neWhatsApp tautaura social media zvimwazvo neFacebook apo like kuredu futi kune kumwe kwanoina ndopatinokanda kuita ingatenda mashozi kunoimba kusafuti Instagram tine Twitter saka social media zvokushanda nayo
tine Facebook. In personally, I am a marketer, so I find social media is useful as business. So obviously, I would like to say social media yagatokosha maybe digital way of communicating. Zvinoishandisa isusu kucommunicate zvisiri zvabasa. You can talk to someone arikana kuti in just a second, which is something very useful.
People who were born in the late 90s to 2000s are highly engaged across multiple platforms like WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Telegram, and Snapchat, among others. They prefer visual content and user-generated content influenced by trends and peer recommendations. They use social media for entertainment, self-expression, interaction, education, job hunting, and searching for study opportunities abroad. For the younger generation, social media has rewarded with groundbreaking opportunities, offering them a platform to express themselves, share their creativity, and showcase their talents.
Only use WhatsApp because it will help me in studying and talking with my parents. Only that.
We use social media for interaction, like I said. You can make calls, you can text. You can also publicize information through social media. You can also get to know people. You can also look for job opportunities through social media. You can also get to know how other people are living in other places, like abroad, how they are living their lives, their lifestyle, their culture. You can get to know about that through social media.
Yes, social media is almost like 3/4 of my day when about social media, and I use it for researching and sometimes for entertainment.
I actually spend my screen time mostly 2/3 of my day. So nyaweng sama applications njengabo Twitter, X formerly known as Twitter, labo Instagram, TikTok, le WhatsApp. Mostly WhatsApp ngiyokhuluma lomndeni, family issues. Then TikTok, it's for fun. Then sometimes on my website atambo pindawo. Especially when you're using Google, there are some websites that we can access, that we can stream videos.
Social media offers a variety of benefits that can positively impact individuals and communities, which includes easier communication with family and friends, transcending beyond geographical barriers as compared to communication methods that were there before the introduction of social media, for example, writing letters. Social media also allows connectivity, global networking, sharing of information, educational resources, creativity and expression through content creation and making friends, just to mention a few. Social media, also through circulation of viral content, has allowed the Zimbabwe Republic Police ZRP to trace criminal offenses and capture perpetrators. In as much as social media allows for interaction and many other benefits noted, it comes with negative implications such as inadequate family time, as most people spend their time on their phones. An article by the Chronicle newspaper reported that social media abuse was among the chief causes of divorce last year. The elderly are exposed to scams, misinformation, ignorance of monetizing social media platforms and privacy concerns, while young people are the most affected as they experience pressure from social media since they are constantly using their phones and are often exposed to unrealistic beauty standards, which can leave them vulnerable to low self-esteem and unfavorable social comparisons, which can result in emotional distress and other mental health related issues. They also face issues like cyberbullying, with notable examples of people who were bullied online, including socialite Felicitas Morata, aka My Titi, and her daughter Fifi, musician Shashu, just to mention a few. Social media has also brought with it fusion of cultures, as people are exposed to various cultures across the globe, some of which might be destructive.
When it is used properly, it's okay, but there's a tendency of misuse with the young ages. But really it touches the young generation who are mostly fond of seeing things. Either they don't know, but what they see on the... Because if you check social media, sometimes it mustn't be seen. It must, I assume, it must be age restricted, but you can't, technology hasn't reached that sort of time to say when you are below 18 you can't see this pornography. But I think education wise it has made us some advances, especially the homework part of it and the research part of it.
Culture yedu yadokanganisika nekuti vana vedu iyo zvino culture yavadotorera ndeyechirungu pane yedu isu zvakatonyanya zvanguva zvikunze zvamunoti kuchirungu kwada kwai western culture ndo yavako.
Ndakaona izvi pakatanga kwemafoni vana vasina rukudzo kuvakuru vabereki. Kuti kwazvitaura nemubereki iye unakadzani iye zvinditi nditani mwanangu izvireka zvakaipa uwanikwa kwanzi kwai mwari muno mukadzi saka kwati kwai mwana aone kuno uno hapasina huka
zvinobatsira zvakanyanya vanhu vari kukwanisa kuita zvinhu nenguva diki diki zvinhu zvinobva zvatogadzira zvazvichigona kutora kana mazuva akawanda asina kugadzira. But disadvantage wo nevaya vaya vanofanira kuita zvinhu zvisiri right, kungozopostawo zvinhu zvisiri right pasocial media, papo ndo panongozogowa kuti vamwe havagoni kuzoita private zvinhu private zvakungosikamwa nenyika yese. But yakanaka ndingati vanhu ndo vangada kuihabiti but iyo ito
pamapositive neguri social media it's fast and reliable plus because you can get any information pa social media yasiyana nakuta imwe information wegona kuzoinzwa maybe kana madays saka ine advantage pama disadvantages ayo yava kuaffecta mararamiro evanhu because zvimwe zvinhu zvaakuwanikwa pama-social media platforms zvakutikanganisira generation yevechiduku. Ndofunga it helped a lot because most of the things zvaakuwanikwa pa-social media even kuvana vechikoro vari kuita mastudies vakuwanawo mabhuku machii vari kuzviwana pa-social media zvasiyana nakudhara kuti mabhuku aitonetsa kuwana even chero information yainetsa munhu kuti aiwana. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but to a large extent, yeah, it's good because we are getting a lot of things by social media.
Culture, it's very negative in terms of nyangana dressing. Zvinhu zvakawanda kazvasina kujaira zvatisiri exposed tozvaona pasocial media. Ofishi inenge ngori pressure chete kungotedzera kuti ngonzi nopisa.
Right. Social media yaka-influencer in both positive ways and negative ways. So tichati isusu in a positive way mahabits edu akachinja ekupurchase goods and services. Pamwe we have local producers ari kugadzira hembe handiti, but then due to social media iwewe wakukwanisa kuita se kuapply your clothes straight from China zichiuya in 2 days time, which means kuti it changed my behaviors edu pakutenga, because munhu anga achifanira kubenefita from here achakwanisa kubenefita ende munhu akubenefita is far away, which is something that ingaonesa kuti maybe pakati price. Then in a negative way again, I think my behaviors ndingangotaura neni kuti social media yakaisa impact pakupfeka chaipo chaipo semugeto youth. Taane mamwe mapfekero atakuita ari kunyanya kukonzeswa nezviri kuitika kunana states zvanga zvagara zvisiri mativi.
Negatively, social media has an impact on my life, like through comments that are made by people. There is cyberbullying. There is publicity of nudity on social media. So there is dilution of culture. For example, us as Africans are trying to live our life as Europeans are living their lives. For example, speaking back to your parents. We have tried by all means to normalize it, yet it's not normal to speak back to your parent. As Africans, it doesn't get along with our culture.
We tend to misuse it, especially in our generation. We like streaming porn too much. Our generation, having our Mia Khalifas and the Johnny Sins. Mostly they inspire. That is when most people in their positions and stuff. People claim they are educational, but they are not. They actually damage our mental systems. Researchers say so.
Negatively, I can say the trolls. Internet bullying and stuff. Sometimes ukazvitora to art, you might feel out of place, which is not a good thing because it will impact you negatively for mental health. Of course, people are pretending to be who they're not, but eventually you will face the truth. I can say, of course, people might be pretending that you're this rich kid or something, but you know the truth. So living a double life, of course, it's hard, but at the end of the day, you know who you are and where you come from.
It helps me to do like educational stuff, and the other things that it helps me to know about the other countries' cultures, so that when I went there, I won't have like trouble. And it helps me like to know like different types of language. And the negative thing that social media like for me it leads to cultural dilution, because nowadays ama 2000 children tangoda zvinhu zvokunze achafocus nezvinhu zvemunyika medu, saka izvozvo izvo zvinongoda affecta chichana. And the second thing is that takuleka like socialization nevamwe vedu, tangogara tangozvifarira mumba saka manje tingita kuloka socialization, and it's a bad thing to lack socialization because nofungambo vanongwe kuti ningochitaura chi nevamwewo.
The Postal and Telecommunications Regulatory Authority of Zimbabwe, POTRAZ, issued warning last year regarding the rising issues of cyberbullying in the country, which has been amplified due to the increasing use of social media and digital communication, saying that posting, sharing or broadcasting intimate videos or pictures online without the consent of the person in question attracts a 5-year jail term. On 3 December 2021, the country enacted the Data Protection Act, which also has aspects relating to cybersecurity and cybercrimes to protect individuals' privacy. In order to navigate social media safely, parents and guardians encouraged that children and young people should preserve their cultural identity as Africans, although they might need to be familiar with other cultures. They also encouraged parents that children should be monitored on platforms they visit online, while young people have also been advised to exercise caution on who they accept as a friend on social media.
Kuti vana ava kana zvichiita vave nenguva yekuguma kushandisawo foni, vaone nguva dzekuverenga, nekuti senyaya yeTikTok inenge iriko kusvika mangwana, saka vana havachaverengi, vanenge vachingoita zveTikTok. Saka vabereki tofanira kupota tichimbotarirawo ngodongorera kuti mwana uyu ari kuita nezvipi ari pasocial media apa, nekuti pane zvimwe zvaanozonoona zvisiri zvezera rawo.
Ngavaite social media ine dzidziso noupenyu ramangwana. Nyange uchiti nhasi ndikavata ndisawo uchiti baba ndivo vairoya indi asingaroyi. Indokurudzira kuti vana makura muchinyengetera muchiziva Mwari. Ndio ndokurudzira. Kuti vamwe vezvi kunamadza vakuziva. Unovachifunga kwai Mwari wakabombona. Noti handina kumubona asi ndakaona zvandakadini. Ndakararama ndizvo. Kuudza Mwari unorarama.
The recommendations I have for that, you should just try to be real. Because if you pretend to be who you're not, nothing will prosper. You won't prosper, because the moment when people discover who you are, your social status will go down. So it's better so that people know who you are and start not discovering the real you after the social interaction.
As social media is rapidly evolving, social media users anticipate that social media platforms should in the future prioritize mental health features such as screen time tracking and AI-driven support to promote well-being. They also anticipate that government will strengthen and revise regulations to address issues like disinformation, cyberbullying and online safety. These developments will have far-reaching impacts on communication habits, cultural norms and digital well-being, creating new opportunities for creativity, entrepreneurship and connection. Social media has changed our world, and as we navigate the digital landscape, let us foster genuine connections, create more intimate relationships, do away with the habit of constantly scrolling on social media, and stop cyberbullying.